I don't know who said it, but laws are like cobwebs. They catch the weak, but the strong can break through and get away. In June 2009, I had a new life ahead of me. I had recently gotten married, and I was about to go work for the Secretary of State on foreign policy and national security. I had no inkling that the dark clouds would suddenly be appearing. I remember meeting him right outside the State Department. You know, just like when you first meet, we talked about many things. Pakistan, the Iranian Revolution, the nuclear fuel cycle. He didn't know about South Korea, let alone North Korea. So I had to explain like the basics.
As a reporter, I will always honor the confidentiality of my dealings with all of my sources.
Yeah, sure. And if you don't do that, you're no longer a reporter, and you're one of the best.
Well, starting off this hour, another name has been added to the list of people charged under the Espionage Act.
Stephen Kim was one of the U.S. government's top experts on North Korea. He's now facing trial and 15 years in prison for allegedly leaking classified information to a Fox News reporter, a charge Kim adamantly denies.
Fox News reporter James Rosen reporting back in 2009 that North Korea would respond to sanctions with more nuclear tests.
That's it? That's the leak they needed to quash? North Korea answers everything with more nuclear. What? They have a nuclear test-based economy.
I did not consider the conversation to be so memorable or so blazoned in my mind that it was because of that conversation that these things are happening.
We're now learning the Obama Justice Department invoked the Espionage Act, one of the most serious wartime laws in America, to justify its investigation.
The Espionage Act is this 100-year-old statute. It was passed as a result of World War I to address spying. But it is the principal tool the government uses to go after both real spying and for somebody like Stephen Kim, who's accused of having a conversation with a member of the media.
This administration in the last 4 years has prosecuted twice as many leakers as every previous administration combined. How does that reflect balance?
The president firmly believes in the need to defend the First Amendment and the need for reporters to be able to do their jobs.
Court records obtained by NBC News show that in their efforts to convict Stephen Kim, prosecutors obtained phone and cell phone records of Fox News journalists.
The FBI naming Fox News chief Washington correspondent James Rosen a criminal co-conspirator in the leak.
One of the disconnects about this case is that here he is, somebody who's been accused of a national security offense. And I can assure you that Stephen always thought in all of his work that his job was to help make the United States stronger. When a reporter is dealing with somebody who could be exposed for what the reporter is doing, it comes with a degree of responsibility. But this was information out there in the world in non-classified sources that you could Google and learn without it being classified.
probably the toughest decision that I've had to make in my life was to plead guilty. Went against every fiber of my being to give up the fight.
Literally every day in Washington, D.C., there's somebody in the government who's talking to somebody in the media about something that is secret, that may even be classified. The line isn't black and white when your motives are to be constructive as opposed to destructive. There's a lot about the line that needs to be discussed. But Stephen admits readily that once he understood the nature of the case and the charges, that he crossed that line. He purposely disclosed what was in a classified report to somebody that didn't have authority to receive it.
I mean, this is happening. Are we living in America? How could the United States government, greatest country in the whole wide world, world's most powerful democracy, put an honest person in prison? I'm very angry about that.
I dedicated my entire life to this country. I see things very differently now.
Former CIA Director David Petraeus is agreeing to plead guilty to mishandling classified materials.
Petraeus admitted to giving Broadwell 8 black books, which included the identities of covert officers, war strategy, intelligence capabilities.
Other government officials who have leaked similar information have gone to prison.
Exactly. Like last year, Stephen Kim, who got 13 months in prison.
All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others.
That's right.
Despite an FBI and congressional investigations into her use of a private email server to conduct confidential government business, Clinton enjoys a commanding lead over her Democratic challengers. One, former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley.